people of the world. Donica on show. Come as a thought too. How is everybody? Dennis here. I just thought I would do a little video for the BitChute channel and send it out for the day that's in it. And those who want to watch it can watch it. And that's really it. Have a cup of tea, chill out, take a few minutes out from the information frenzy and slow things down and just I'll offload for a few minutes. And if you want to watch, you can indeed. If not, that's cool too. My viewership is after going plummeting over the last year or so. Not that I really, aspire to have big viewers, although obviously the more that are listening, the merrier. But my platforms over the last couple of years, the Facebook and the YouTube, have been highly censored, and I've been banned multiple times, and the YouTube channel was banned, and the whole channel and all the content and all the seeds that I'd sent out over the past few years and all the pebbles that I'd thrown into the waters of the universe to ripple have all been taken down. So I'm on the BitChute now, and I just thought I'd come on today. Is Sunday 16th of July 2023, never to be repeated. And I just want to start off by acknowledging, from dipping my toes into the social media amongst many good people I know, activists I know, lots of people at the moment highly addicted, strung out on the social media, strung out in their own echo chamber, strung out on their own opinion. And it seems to be that the more people get engrossed into the ego, into the, let's call it a little bit of fame, because that's what it is on a small scale, for these people that create social media contents, including myself. The more you get recognised, some people fall in love with that. Some people fall in love with money. The content gets more extreme, more the polar opposite of the lefties, would we say, our society. So many different views out there, and it's unfortunate to witness that lots of people out there who are patriots, and I don't doubt that for a minute. I've met them myself. I like to meet people face to face and judge them and get to know them outside of politics, to see how they present themselves in the real world. And you'll find that lots of activists, lots of patriots present an avatar for social media content, or a way of being. So if they're into the old frequencies and the astrology and wherever it may be, they like to present a form of calmness or togetherness or humility. But you'll find when you meet people in the real world that the mask slips, and you have to understand that the people, the men, the women, the person, the persona, the avatar, wherever you want to call it, it's not always the same as the
Watch
real
out.
world.
Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Hang on. It's not always the same as the persona in the real world, or the person in the real world. And I think a lot of people struggle with that.
In 8.1 kilometers. Go straight onto M7 West, towards Limerick, Cork, Newbridge.
I think a lot of people struggle with that, interaction in the real world, and you start to see the real personality come through, and it's fascinating for me to watch. But I'm not here to tear the back off anybody. I'm here to send out the love, to, I believe, speak my truth from a place of integrity, honour, values, morals, decency. Yeah, I won't agree with everybody, and not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's cool. But where I'm at is, I believe there needs to be a people's movement, and this social media has fractured and broke up many a group into splinter groups. People start inside the echo chamber tearing lumps out of each other. That's not my style either. My style is to build friendships, clanships, community, wherever you want it to be, connections, real world connections with real people who want to do this in the real world as much as possible and not online. So in saying that, there's a few of us from the On Bunrock crew, and we'll be meeting on a Wednesday, and ultimately what we're going to try and do is have a Wednesday morning meeting, because we've had the nighttime meetings, and the nighttime meetings start off well, but what happens is people think it's a great idea and they want to get stuck into it. But you know, meeting at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock on a night, it's a good idea for a week or two, but then the real life gets in the way. Children, or you know, college or jobs or other responsibilities. So what we're going to try and do here is have it on a morning, and not so much of a negative thing, but more of a circle of men and women with different beliefs. You know, our message is the Constitution, Bunrock na Héireann, and we're trying to raise awareness of our Constitution, which has been concealed from the people of this nation through the cancellation of Clo Gaelic text, through the banning of Latin and Clo Gaelic in the 40s. You have to understand that our Constitution was enacted in 37 and written in our primary text, which has precedence over the English recognised second official text. But our writings and our law is written in our Irish text, not the new Irish that you see in the blue Constitution or that's taught in schools today. That's not the same text, and our text has supremacy. The blue Constitution has 50 articles. The original on Bunrock has 63 articles, which was sabotaged 18 months after it was enacted by the people. And yeah, it was sabotaged and chopped up, and it's been under attack ever since. So what we're trying to do is raise awareness of our culture, of our heritage. Lots of the documents of 1919, the first Dáil, the first Dáil's meeting, the 5 or 6 articles of a constitution, Bunrock na Dáil, which was the
in
instructions.
1.5 kilometers. Use the right 2 lanes to continue straight onto M7 West towards Limerick, Cork, Newbridge.
I think we're gone. So Bunrock na Dáil was the instructions, or let's say the rule book, which was agreed upon by the sovereign Dáil Éireann and the Mansion House. You have to remember the Leinster House these days that's British bought and British paid for buildings. Crown government, you know, 1918 sovereign Dáil, 32 county national mandate at the time was 32 counties, and the mandate was to create the sovereign Dáil Éireann.
Go straight onto M7 West towards Limerick, Cork, Newbridge.
Their first meeting was in Clo Gaelic, all written in Clo Gaelic and all spoken, written in Irish. So it's the mandate at the time from Sinn Féin.
Go straight on for 11 minutes to junction 14 R445 towards Monasterevin.
Junction, what am I saying? You lost me there. So yeah, Bunrock na Dáil, the whole proceedings of the first Dáil was in Clo Gaelic. The GAA, the Gaelic Association, all these writers and revolutionary people, it was all about the text, preserving our language and writing our laws free as a people. It was enacted in 37, and that's why it was written in Clo Gaelic. That language, that text has been sabotaged, and that's our message, and we can highlight sabotage. And the full 63 articles, 63rd article states that the language, the text, is the primary text, and it has it supersedes the English text. So it is an amazing thing that has been unravelled in the age of information, and that's our message. And we believe that the system is not following Irish laws, and we're getting away with it because the people have lost their constitution, and we're trying to bring the constitution back to the people. And once they're aware of it, they will know the power of the constitution. The constitution is for the people, enacted by the people being the highest authority in the nation over state. So that's our message. Not so much tearing the backs off each other's, you know, recognising that other people have other lanes, and though they may think that's the best lane, and everybody's free to do that, that's their lane. So let's let people do their thing. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, we'll do our thing, and hopefully, ultimately, sooner rather than later, most of the people will come to the realisation that's the head of the snake. The head of the snake has to go. The system will never be the same again. It will evolve into something new. But those in power will try to retain power and money, and those who are challenging power will try to change things, and that's what's going to happen. Evolve. It will evolve. So we're going to be meeting on a Wednesday in the Midlands region for now, and the idea is to basically do our thing instead of wasting time being online, investigating other people and pulling them down. And let's investigate ourselves, and let's look ourselves in the mirror and say, are we doing enough individually? Take responsibility. And that's really it. That's the message. Independent people, free from societies, groups, organisations, individual people as a collective, as one, as a nation. And not everybody feels this way, and we have to understand that is democracy. All the issues in the state come through a corrupt state, and it turns out the state is acting unlawfully and ultra-virus. That's a word. It means unconstitutionally, against the constitution. So lots of stuff is repugnant and against their constitution. Some people belittle their constitution, don't respect the constitution, don't respect the free vote of our people after 800 years. And I hope we can change their mind. But you're allowed to, you know, have your beliefs, but we can challenge each other once we understand that the head of the snake has to go. So that's our message. We'll be meeting on Wednesdays to try and think of ways to get our message out there and bring it from an offline arena as well as it will remain online because that's where you drop seeds. But we need to actively engage those out there in the nation, in the territory area, who understand that the whole system needs to be stopped in its tracks, and the people need to take back the authority. And that's the challenge. And some people believe it can't be done. I disagree. The Great Awakening, the Age of Information, a worldwide desire for fixing this system, and that's the plan. So be independent, be sovereign, know your rights are indefeasible, are enshrined, guaranteed to each individual in the Constitution. That's a fact. If you want to help us or help yourself, you don't need to sign any forms, you don't need to give any money, you just need to get active as an individual, as a freedom fighter, and take on this system in the best way you can. Spread the information in your own town, your own parish, your own village, your own community. I would encourage you to be independent. That doesn't stop you working with groups, but any group, any society, any organisation has a party, organisation, society whip, which are called rules. So that in itself takes away the individuality. We are trying to empower the individuals including ourselves, to step into that power, hand it down to us.
In 200.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm seeking, I'm fishing for men and women who appreciate individuality and the rights of the individual, you know. So these rights and this way of life was handed down to us by our ancestors, and we want to respect that, and we want to be proud of who we are, where we are, what we are, and that's the message. So to all the activists out there doing your thing, keep doing your thing. I know there are naysayers and detractors all over the place. Some people would pick a hole in anything, but them very people don't really do much activity themselves. So, including myself and little crew, a circle of friends that I have, we'll be meeting on a Wednesday. So if it floats your boat, you'd like to get active and like to turn up in places and do things, spread awareness of the corrupt system, the darkness in the system, how we need to change the system. No matter what your message is, if you believe the system needs to fall, well then you're on a similar wavelength. So yeah, I'll see you around. Talk to you when I see you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it if you want to. And I'll see some of you on Wednesday, and we'll take it from there. And yeah, let's become better individuals. Product of our ancestry, leading by example, shining the light. Power to the people. Be good.